take me back to the first half. You guys felt like you were just continuing that UTA game. You came out like a house of fire, really played the defense they wanted well, doubling those bigs. I mean, how did you see that game in that first half?
I thought we executed really well, especially the game plan. We had a good scheme for them on the defensive end. And on offense, I think we just let the ball come to us and making our shots and being aggressive. So that was good.
You were a big part of that defensive game plan, too, to blitz Braun a lot more. And you were catching them, and it seemed like you would push them out, too, with the double team. And they would almost create their own problem dribbling into a corner. What did you guys see there?
That was the game plan, to get to make them think, make them play a little bit quicker than they want to, and make them throw, hard skip passes off that double. So I think we had a few steals out of it and a few tough possessions. So the way that we executed in the first half and a little bit of the second half was good.
JaKobe, take us through like those final 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Because, when you're not on the floor, you go, what is going on? I mean, how are you guys on the floor? You're trying. You're running plays. Yeah. It's just not working. Like, what does that feel like?
I mean, sometimes it just happens like that. Sometimes you get in a close game like that. You would like to say that you can finish the game out with a blowout. But, obviously we made some mistakes. I had too many turnovers in one segment. That kind of hurt us. And a couple of us had a few turnovers in that segment as well. And so we just got to be smarter with the ball when it comes to the end of the quarter. End of the halves. And we just got to know that when we go up, team is going to pressure us a lot more. So we just got to be ready for it. And, I'll take the blame on me for that because I feel like I kind of initiated that at the beginning of the last 10 minutes. So got to be better. But we came out with the win. We fought hard. We like playing games where we can figure out how to win because that's what most of the games are going to be like during tournament time. So it's good to kind of get that experience. But, we definitely should have played a full 40 today, and I think we would have came out with a blowout. But, it's basketball. It happens. People get on runs. I've been part of teams that we didn't came back, and this year we didn't been down and came back. So it happens. So that's the game, So I'm happy we got the win, though, for sure.
That's what matters, right?
Yeah, I'm happy we got the win.
It's weird how momentum can change, though, right? Because Simo gets a steal, and he just happens to have a guy right there that makes him travel right away.
Yeah.
You had a great spin move down here that you finished probably 95% of the time. It just rims out.
Yeah.
Like those two plays seem to turn it, but doesn't this also show you how good you are when you do have the ball carrier? Because the way you scored at the end of Arlington for most of this game.
Yeah. I think most of the time I'm pretty comfortable with the ball and I make good decisions and I make good plays. I think I did a bad job executing the last 10 minutes. So it happens, but there's no excuse. So I just got to get better and focus in a little bit more on details towards the end of the games, and we all do. I think the next few games we'll be able to capitalize off of the film that we watched from the last 10 minutes, and then head into tournament time with a lot of confidence. And we're definitely still a team that I don't think nobody wants to see when we're playing at our best. So we just got to continue to do that and be excited for these wins for sure.
Last year, I know you were at TCU, but last year, no injuries for GCU. Everybody was pretty healthy. It kind of, Javon went down, but everybody was pretty and got in a good rhythm a long period. Have you been on teams like this before where, you start, you don't have time for a couple of games, then Duke's out for some games, then you're trying to play back in, and then, Caleb gets hurt, and then, Tyon's hurt now. Have you been on teams like that where it feels like just about the time you're getting the rhythm, boom, here's another one that pulls. Styles was playing great. He gets hurt for
every year. Every year I've been on the team. My worst year was probably my freshman year. I think we had about 3 or 4 dudes that tore their knees. I think we had one dude with a toe injury, one dude with a shoulder tear. I done been through it all, man. Most of the seasons that every season I done played, everybody done been hurt at some point. We done missed a few guys, and it's basketball. It happens, It's a game of high intensity. You're going up and down. You're cutting. You're hitting guys. You're making awkward movements. So it's a part of the game. You would love to say at the end of the season that no one got hurt, and that would be a blessing. But obviously, it happens. So you just got to be prepared, and that's why it's a team sport. So guys can step up and fulfill their role after somebody comes down. So I thought we did a good job responding to that with Tyon being out, and so we just got to continue and hopefully he gets back healthy this next coming game. So But yeah, it's been every year for me. For
Okay.
Sure.
You could have said dumb question. I would have been fine with that.
No, it was a good question. It's a good question.
But it does change your role. I mean, the offense is flowing through you. Your touches are way up. Without Grant Foster, so much goes through him when he's out there. How do you see the game change? Obviously, that's the way you started the season too.
Yeah. I mean, I play the game. If my team needs me to do more, I'm gonna try to do more. If my team needs to be more of a selective role and do little things, I'm gonna do that. And with Tyon, obviously he's a great scorer. He's a great guy that can put the ball in the basket. So some of my shots get taken away when he comes back on the floor. But for the most part, at any point in the game, him, me, Ray, multiple guys can get the ball and do things and do special things with the ball. So, but I think Coach had a lot of confidence in me. He talked to me at the beginning of this week and let me know they put in a few sets for me to kind of run through me because our offense has been pretty good when I set screens and get some touches, and so is Duke. So, I think we did a good job for the first 30 doing that. I just think I got a little careless with the ball and kind of led to turnovers, but, usually that won't happen. So, I'll just go back on that and look on that, make the adjustments, and be better.
Hey, JaKobe, thanks for the time. I did when I first started doing this. I did ask a stupid question to Coach. I said, what's the most important stat at the end of the game on the stat sheet? And he said, the final score.
Yeah, the final score. Yeah,
you guys got it, 66-64. You won the most important stat. Congrats.